We go to the A division where one team is looking to take their frustrations out on the other after losing their crown. It is the Big Hawks as they'll take on the Evil Empire. Welcome to the RBHL, Danny Wilson here. Well, after what has been a very tight season in the A division, who knows where this is going to go. Big Hawks looking to try to take back their title after losing it in the semi-final. That now belongs to the Whalers, which we will see later this season. Evil Empire licking their wounds after taking a loss in the final in an overtime thriller, if you haven't seen that already. But who knows where this is going to go. There's been very little changes in any team's lineup, and this could go into another tight season. We'll go to the breakdown. We'll start with the Evil Empire. I'm going to be looking for Anthony Carilli, who's been added to the roster. He does have a goal under his belt, his first in the A division, but of course don't forget about Catherine Murphy and Ryan Reich. They both have 2 points under their belt. They have last season had 8 power play opportunities, only converted 1 of them, but maybe with the changes to the time on that from 1 minute to 90 seconds, they'll get more opportunities on that front. But they will have to give Kamoshi some help in the net as their goaltending has gone below 900, so they will have to get some defense to help them out. For the Big Hawks, we're going to take a look at Eric Michalike. 2 assists. He had taken a few seasons off, but has returned and is already looking strong. Of course, Justin Viverito and Chris Young both have a goal under their belt as well. And there's been quite a bit of depth to their roster. They may have brought in some old faces, but they are still looking like a very strong team. It hasn't equaled success last season, but who knows where this is going to go. But we're going to have to keep an eye on the second period, as the long change seems to be their weakest part of their game, as they got outscored last season 2-1. So that will do it for the breakdown. The ball drop is next. Officials for this game: Chris Valley at center, Pavel Pelka on the boards. So we get ready for this A division matchup. You see the number 12 of the Big Hawks, Eric Michalike, making a return as we get underway. So it'll be interesting to see how much rust he has knocked off since being away for a few seasons. Here's Lons with a shot, and already a save by Mark Kamoshi with only 12 seconds ticked off the clock.
Hey, be ready to call on.
By the Hawks, Witt moving in and chips one over the net and out of play.
Make sure you know where that blue line is.
And they're going to send this one back to neutral since it was directly off a Big Hawk stick.
Not all the way out here.
In his first game, John Cowan faced 38 shots, saved 36 of those, and was a big part of that win last week. As that will be sent off the board. Trying to get around Shaven, unable, crosses to Lons. Witt run into a bit of trouble. Shaven comes back in and throws it down. Centers up and shot it off the post. It was a low shot that just glanced to the outside. And now here they come the other way. Shot and a save by Cowan. Second chance goes high of the net, off the top of the net. As Jason Downey making a big push, and now they come the other way. Shot off the post again! That net net is going to have a new coat of paint at the end of this game at this rate. And an icing, and the Hawks can't believe it. 2 shots off the post. Tie up on the draw, won by Ryan Reich for the Empire. Attempted clear, does get it out, but can't find Catherine Murphy. Brian Hooks will go back for the Big Hawks and up to Chris Young. Stretches to Corrigan, has a chance, but runs into traffic in the form of Dick Thistle as Kamoshi will pick up the garbage and cover up. High scoring opportunities on both sides, and we've only gone a minute 35 into the game. Won by the Hawks Southern. Back to Hooks. Shot is blocked as that will be back to the Empire. Trying to get around. Hooks does. Drop pass. Shot wide the net. A good chance by Nick Magnini. Turns it over again. Another shot gets blocked. Magnini has spent most of his time in the B division, but has moved up to A. As David Lane goes back. Lane waits, wrist shot and a save. As Kamoshi deciding what to do, he'll leave it for Modi. Attempted clear, trying to go for Magnini. Stretch pass, gets tied up. Looking for the ball, unable to find it. Shaven will circle back and now will play across. Headed for Rayner, shot and a save by Cowan coming off of Nick Magnini. A little bit of disorganization on the defensive end, but the Hawks do get control. Stretch pass intercepted by Thistle, but back to Rayner, turns it over to Ryan Reich. Only has Shaven to beat, gets around. Whoa, almost had a chance. Saved by Cowan. Rebound attempt, they score! It was a broken play, but they ended up getting it anyway. Ryan Reich with some beautiful dangles. And the Empire on the board. They're crediting the goal to Jason Downey, who was, ironically, the person who did the least amount of work in that play. Because most of that play was Ryan Reich and Catherine Murphy. As Thistle will just loft it out, but will hit the ceiling and stay in. Southern crosses. Rayners takes a couple of looks, thinks about it. Now will take the shot. Is blocked by Reich. Rayners regains his own shot. You hear the bench not pleased with the offense, and they turn it over. Downey trying to drive the net, but turned over to Reed Southern. Rayners across. Hooks. Lines up with a shot wide of the net. And everyone collides. Look out here. Thistle doing a little bit much on defending the net, but they do get the cover. Won by the Empire, but will be turned over to Shaven. He'll take it to the left corner, covered by Downey. Trying to spin off of him. Downey with a good body there. They're going to let him play. But Shaven almost came out unscathed, but he'll leave it to Rayners. Crosses and intercepted by Catherine Murphy, but gets slotted back to Shaven at the point. He'll try shot, gets blocked by Murphy. Thistle with a swing and over to Martin Witt at the point. Witt with the shot gets tipped in high. Back in the left corner again. Empire have it. We'll try to stretch for Murphy. Race for control. It'll go to Shaban for the Big Hawks. Now pressured by Murphy. Gives it over to Lons. Stretches up again. Looking for Viverito. And you saw the stick come up high. Now, for clarification of the rules, in the A division, it's not an automatic penalty. It's only if you attempt to play the ball. So that was for clarification, as that's caused a bit of confusion in the past. But that only applies to the A division. Here's Modi in the left corner. We'll give it up. And, whoa, look out, almost took our official. Here's Modi. They'll play back to Thistle. And he'll send it down in an icing against the Empire with 4:42 left. It's won by the Empire. Off the boards from Thistle. Trying to pass forward, turns to a 3-on-1. Goes left. There's a shot wide of the net. Setting up a chance at the outside. And hit the side of the net and back to Corrigan. Empire back on a 3-on-2 as they hurry. And a block by Barrett Modi on the back check. They push forward and Southern will get it for the Big Hawks. Intended for Corrigan and gives it away to Modi. Modi will try to drive the net, but gets double teamed back over to Murphy. Sends down on the right end boards and off a foot, and that went off of Southern. Now pressure by Magnini. 2-on-2 for the Hawks. Lane along with Michaelite. Lane has an opening and an aggressive move by Mark Hamoshi. He took a gamble and it paid off. And Murphy will try to chip to herself a little too much, and Cowan making a decision here. He'll decide to play, but almost gave it away to Ryan Reich. He does give it away. Tries to send it around, and Murphy was sitting right there but couldn't find it. Martin Witt. It seems like the Big Hawks defense is a little disorganized. Back to Reich at the high circle. Spins off of one, but a good poke check from Shaban. And they still can't clear. Now they do, but it turns into an icing.
I didn't take a step, Donald. Hey guys, let's go.
So it seems that there has been a concern on the back end as they seem to struggle whenever they're in their own defensive zone. Less than 3 remaining. We have mentioned that Cowan has been needing a little bit of help in the net. Now, as mentioned before, he did get those 36 saves from the previous game. There's only so many he can do because you can't rely on your goaltender for too long before they start finding the weaknesses. Hawks have got to be careful here on the change. Viverito moves in, centers, blocked by Reich. Behind the net. Rayners spins in the corner. Now tries to find some help. Moving into Southern as Modi attempted to clear, went off a body, tried to center one up and could not get the shot. Murphy will just clear. As that will wave off the ice. They're going to try taking their chances. Lons looking for a shot that gets blocked. Backhands it across. Looking for help in that corner and trying to give it back. As Viverito was looking for hooks, but it eluded him, and the Hawks forced to tag. And look out, bit of pressure on the forecheck. And that's been the main concern of this first period, the defense breaking down. As The Hawks still trying to get out, but the umpire with that forecheck just getting those defensive zone turnovers with 90 seconds left in the period. Lons gains the zone to the Rainers. He gets interrupted by Thistle. And he takes a hit and he's going to get a penalty. So delayed call here. Play is still going on. As there's the whistle there. Penalty will be called for roughing.
Yeah, hurry up, Chris.
And a bit of a disturbance near the corner. So the umpire will go on the power play as they will take Lee Rainers off for roughing. So a reminder, under the new rules, the penalties are now at 90 seconds instead of 1 minute. So pending the result of this power play, the umpire will have the rest of the period one runner up. Won by the Hawks. And this is where the concerns really come in, as they've had trouble clearing their zone this period. As Murphy goes down into the corner to Magnini. Leaves it for Reich. That high scoring area, and a save by Cowan off the wide angle. Back to Modi. Now down to Giangreco. Tries to set up and he scores! Off the tip from Reich. And the Empire take a 2-0 lead. So that makes it 4 points already for Ryan Reich in the season. His stats now at 1 goal and 3 assists. It goes to Murphy. They're looking for one more before the end of the period. Southern will clear down. Will this be icing? It will be wide of Kamoshi, so it will be an ice with 28 seconds left. Won by the Empire. Giangreco with the shot gets blocked by Witz. Lane on a 2-2. Turned over to Modi. Goes right. Reich with a shot tipped in high. 15 seconds left. And now the body being thrown on by Modi. Murphy trying to escape. 5 seconds left. Time for one more shot. It goes to open floor. Do they have enough time? Turn around. It will go into the corner. That's the period. The Empire, with some skilled work from Ryan Reich, helps give the Empire a 2-0 lead as we go to the first intermission. Second period ready, and it's been really a factor of the Big Hawks being unable to leave their zone. They're more known for their offense, but it's just been that breakdown whenever they fall back. But they may have a chance here, but it goes ahead of Viverito into the corner. Now pressure by Modi, but gets some help from Rainers. Back to Southern. Shot and a save by Kamoshi. He'll hang on.
Way to battle, Justin.
Won by the Hawks. It's back to Southern. Now we'll send it into the left corner. Rainers tries to send one up, but was trying to catch Mark Kamoshi off guard, but it comes back to Southern. Now chips forward and tried to go for a launch and almost had a breakaway for Anthony Carilli, but Cowan's going to play it. As everyone moves in, Southern with control. Back to Hooks. Now it's going to be about the adjustments from the intermission. If they can try to get a clean entry, they do. 2-on-1. It's a center pass and off a Thistle and covered by Kamoshi. A great block to break up that 2-on-1. One by the Empire. Can they clear? Yes, they do. Shaben will play out the left boards. Looking for a Witt. But moving in is Ryan Reich. They got to be careful. Turns into a partial 2-on-1. Goes right. Downey with a shot. Now one steered into the corner. Shaben stretches left. Will find Michaelite. And he lost control. Back to Murphy. 2-on-2. Downey.
Got Ryan on.
We'll try to send it down to Murphy and just eludes her into the corner.
Ryan, stop watching the ball!
And centers up and almost had some for Ryan Reich, but broken up by Witt. Oh, that's his high scoring area. Look out here, and Cowan knew it. He swung the stick. Cowan knows all too well that that is Ryan Reich's signature area. As Thistle will take control. Stretch pass out of his reach, but they're going to let it play on. No, they're going to say that is an icing. I didn't see the hand up, but they are going to call it back.
Bart. John, you ready? Good? Wait on over there. Or no? It's up to you. Let's wait. Okay. Fine. Can you read it?
Tie up. Goes back to Southern. Hooks. Thinks about it. Wrist shot blocked by Murphy. Sends it right. Looking for Young out of his reach. Thistle attempts to clear and finds Murphy. Can she get it out? No, she won't. Southern with a shot. And a save by Kamoshi. Thistle attempts to clear. Kept in by Hooks. Hooks hanging on. Trying to get around Murphy. Giving him a hard time. It's kept in by Southern. Here's Young with a shot. Saves. Rebound. He scores! Chris Young picks up his own rebound and gets the Hawks on the board.
10 to 91. I'm going up.
It's one of those things, they take the shot and the goalie's already committed. That's where that rebound becomes very dangerous. You already got him down and this clears up that upper part of the net. Here's Lane. Now the Hawks have something to build on. We've mentioned that the second period tends to be their weakest. Last season they had been outscored 2-1 in the second period. As it goes back. Entering the zone, Magnini. Drops back. Great spin by Carilli. Goes right, intercepted. And now Southern throws one wide of the net, and Kamoshi's not going to take any chances, and he'll cover.
I don't know if you feel good or what.
We got 2.
Back he goes, looking for the one-timer and whiffs it. It'll come out. Lee Rainers crosses and tried to go for a lane. They're not connecting the passes as that goes into the corner. Will be left to Gian Greco. Oh, big turnover. Viverito back to Lane. Lawns with control, but stripped away by Magnini. Magnini crosses. It will hit his target. John Schaefer centers and a good block by Martin Witt. Lane drops back to his own circle, surrounded, and now gets over to Witt, who will pass over to Viverito off the bank. Decides to go back. Lawns with a shot wide of the net. Viverito Trying to escape the double team. Comes back. Witt with a shot off the outside of the net. It's Southern. That goes shot. He scores! And Swan ties the game up. The Hawks make it 2-2. Well, suddenly the Hawks have flipped the script.
You got time. You got
Won
time.
by the Hawks. Hawks. As it seems that the
You got time. You got time.
Hawks have gotten the message during the intermission as Wright goes down, slotted away by Kamoshi into the corner. Modi around the Thistle and tries to set it up, but it goes out of play. This will stay inside the Empire zone.
Dude, let's just pop up right over. Do you have one right over? Real quick. You right? Fix that hole in your snake.
Won by the Empire. Thistle attempts to clear, kept in by Hooks. He'll try a shot, tipped, and that's wide. Well, it's hard enough just to tip it, but to get it off of Brian Hooks, who has one of the hardest shots in the league. Back to Young. Here's Southern, goes off a stick in over into the corner. Young looks around, stretches over to Southern, tries to send it across, but can't make a connection. Centers up off a Empire stick. Southern in the right corner, covered by Thistle. Sweet check. And now they go in front of the Hawks bench. Sends it down to Michaelite. Right corner again, looking for an opening. And a shove from Modi from behind, but gets it off to Rainers. They'll try a shot into the corner. Young trying to race this one. Hooks will give him some help, but Murphy got there first, and out it goes. That will give both teams an opportunity to change. Stretch pass misses Lons, and this is going to come back for icing. Yeah, Eric Michaelite, who we've mentioned has been taking a few seasons off, still getting used to the no change rule for icing. As it goes back to the corner. Hawks looking to build off that momentum. Rainers trying to get away from Murphy. Now sends it over to Witt on the left wing. Right, gets it up to Gian Greco. Sends it back. Kept in by Rainers with a shot. And that glances off something as it goes wide. Michaelite tries to send it up and could not pull the triggers. He just had no room to work. Now Cowan will drop it for Witt. But look out, Carilli coming in hot as that will be off the stick. Thistle will chase it down. 3:45 remaining in the second period. Gian Greco stretches, trying to find Carilli, and this will be icing. 3:36 left. Won by the Empire. Gian Greco off the boards looking for Magnini. Trying to push across that line, unable. There's a shot blocked coming from Corrigan. Lons retains control, backtracks, and turns it over. It's Magnini. Just did not have any room as he had a roadblock in front of him. Now back to Corrigan on the right wing. Shot and a save on the stick by Mark Kamoshi. Corrigan tries to go across. Southern on the left. So back to Corrigan, wrist shot wide of the net. Lane turns it over, Magnini. Trying to pass to himself, he's facing two defenders. Now hits the brakes, he goes down, no call, we continue. But he is hurt, it looks like, slow to get up. They're gonna let play continue for now. This Magnini slow to get up and he's heading for the bench. So a temporary power play essentially, as that will be back to Corrigan. We'll wrist it around the boards. Now they get Magnini off and get Murphy on the floor. Comes out of the zone. As Southern sends it on and a save by Kamoshi. Trying to pass to himself, unable. Oh, it's John Schaefer. Centering pass off a foot and went to Modi. Field clear. Southern unable to hang on as Murphy pressured him, so we approached the 2-minute mark of the second period. Stretch pass to Ryan Reich. And good pressure on the back check. Michael with some great pressure. Here he is. Hooks, turns it over to Modi. Gains the zone, but a stick by Southern. Breaks it up, and now 3-on-2 the other way. But they are called offside as Viverito was a step forward. Now Hawks just making some last-second changes. 1:43 left. Back it goes to Thistle for the Empire. Centers to Murphy, gets swatted back by Martin Witt. Thistle back to his own goal line, and now will send it up, hits the ceiling, stays in. Viverito trying to hang on, trying to avoid a couple of bodies. Michael back over to Shaban. Michael gets his stick tied up as it goes back to Viverito. Approaching the minute mark in the period, back to Shaban as he tries to hold on, but he mishandles it, it comes back. And so the Hawks force the tag. Rayners. And maybe an opening and trying to settle it down. And now shot wide of the net from Michael Ike. Attempted clear, couldn't hold it in. Shaban across the Rayners. 40 seconds left, shot, save by Kamoshi. He's gonna just cover it up with 38 seconds left.
Go ahead, Chris.
Back to the Hawks, shot and a that's blocked from Southern. Back it goes, Witt with a shot and a save with the blocker. Goes right. Turns to a 3-on-2, but turns it over. Southern goes right to Lazu, misfires. Gets it back, down low to Southern, back to Lons. Shot and he scores! His second of the game, Chris Lons gives the Hawks the lead. It was the quick movement of the ball between him and Southern that really broke this one open, and a complete flip of the script from the first period as it goes back to Murphy. 5 seconds left. Do they have enough time? No, they won't. That's going to be it for the second period. And Claus was thinking about it, but he just simply did not have enough time. But the Hawks come back from 2-0, and it makes it 3-2, but it's certainly not over yet. Hawks lead 3-2 after 2.
That shot in the face out. I hit both of my legs.
Ready for the third period, and who knows where this is going to go. Whether it's going to be an even strength battle, whether the Hawks are going to continue the momentum or if the Empire can take advantage of the regular change as they did in the first period. So this really could go either way as 4 seconds tick off the clock. It goes back to the Empire. Modi will try to backhand it up. And a quick movement by the Hawks. They gain the zone. Tries to send it up to Corrigan and wasn't ready for it. Right corner. Rashad and a save by Kamoshi. Back in the left corner. Rainers. As that offense we've been talking about earlier has been a big part. Shot and a save by Kamoshi with the stick, and he'll hang on with 9:25 left.
You got hit last time.
They're only going 42
It's won by the Hawks. Shot and a save by Kamoshi. It comes loose as Thistle was intending on helping him, but it popped loose. Trying to drive the net. A crowded slot. Where is it? Pops into the left corner. Goes back behind the goal line. Rainers with a wide angle misses. Moore looking for a tip in with a lot of bodies in front of the net. And look at front of the net as now things really starting to pick up here. Thistle giving a couple of shoves in front of Kamoshi. Shot going wide of the net. Now Witt drops his stick as it comes around. Another ball's elsewhere, but the action's been in front of the net. It's just a good battle for territory. Back to Michaelite. Thinks about it, back to Witt. Now crosses left to Lons. Centers. Michaelite with a shot! Yike! Oh, no, it went in! And Michaelite snipes it top shelf, makes it 4-2. I thought for a moment that Mark Kamoshi had that one because he had explosive power to the left, but just a tad too late. So for Michaelite, that's his first of the season. Michaelite. And a shot and they score again! Bang, bang! Michaelite! As Mark Kamoshi's frustrated with himself, and it's a 5-2 game.
One more, it's up.
As it goes back. It has been big Hawks since the second period began as that goes out of play. 8:04 remaining.
Dude, that was a phenomenal pass. I just didn't see the release. That was too late when I saw it. Then it was too late when I saw it. It was fast and great.
Back to Michaelich.
I think I like the defense.
Yes, he gets shoved up the ball and now goes right to Lane. Just play it off the end boards, and Kamoshi's just going to take the cover. Goes back to the corner again. Thistle plays up to Catherine Murphy. Gains his own, pestered by hooks. Will push it back. Thistle. They try to tag up out of the reach. Jason Downey.
Somebody cut
to Southern, who will just throw it off and off of Kamoshi, which waves off the icing. Now battle in the corner between Thistle and Lane. And back to Southern, shot wide of the net. And keep an eye on Thistle. He has been very physical since the start of this period. As they tip one on, a save by Kamoshi. Yeah, he's been wanting more of those saves with how the period's been going.
You want it back there?
And by the way, the shots are now 31-13 in favor of the Hawks. The Hawks put up 17 shots in the second period. There's a shot of glasses off the post. That's the third one today. They don't want to go back to that as that shot goes wide of the net. Corrigan goes to an open Young and a save by Kamoshi. Second chance goes wide. Back to Lons on a 3-on-2. Wrist shot blocked. Comes loose. Corrigan tried to shoot it, but got nothing but air. Hear a bit of trash talking coming from the Empire bench. That's Jake Thistle that was shouting it. As it goes back to the right corner. Young. Back behind the net. And swatted away. Back to Shaban, who can't handle it. Now a race between him and Modi. Goes back to his knees. Modi with control. Shot and a save by Cowan. And that is shot number 14 for the Empire. They have hardly had any chances at the net since the first period. Goes back and a shove from Rayners. Puts them off the ball. Lons turns to a 2-on-1 against Jake Thistle. Make his 3-on-1. Right off the bench, Viverito with speed. They try to set one up off of Rayners. He gets slashed, but they're going to let it play on. I saw that swing from Kamoshi. As it goes back to Hooks. Collision. As it looks like that Reich was trying to look for a call, but still none provided. The Rayners, as we approach the halfway point of the period. Off of Viverito to the left corner. Gian Greco attempted to clear. It gave it away to Rayners, who shoots it, and that glance off of something high. 3-on-2 for the Empire. Right. Long with Murphy, and he left the ball behind. That's the way this game has been going for the Empire. As they try to stretch up out of the reach of Reich. Here's Rayners, crosses to lane. Centers to Rayners, shot and a save! Rebound attempt gets blocked as Kamoshi sprawling all over the place. We mentioned at the top on how he's been needing help on defense based on the below 900 save percentage. And he really hasn't been getting all that much as that nearly put in by Rayners. Goes in front of the Empire bench. Right, going to Murphy on the right corner, but will be beaten by Viverito. But they're gonna whistle this one down. Call will be against the Big Hawks for hooking.
You got 8. Wait, what? Where?
They're getting it on Rayners, who's on the bench.
There's no way it was vertical.
Yeah, that would be his second penalty of the game.
Show us how it's done.
So the Empire are going to get a much needed power play, down by 3. Yeah, they tie up on the draw, Reich and Young. Back it goes to Gian Greco. And Murphy, who gets double teamed. Well, the Hawks certainly not going to let up here as they try to tip one on from Modi, but didn't get a clean stick on it. That goes to Michaelich, who will send it out of the zone, and Kamoshi will drop it off for Gian Greco. 25 seconds going in the power play. Murphy over to Reich. Thinks about it, tried to go for Modi, but he was covered well. Back over to Murphy. Back to the point. Giangreco lines up with a shot, and that hit someone on the way. Hit Reich.
Yep.
A bit of friendly fire there as that comes out halfway through the penalty. Giangreco over to Murphy, who gets tied up with Corrigan. Now double team, and is forced to give it up. As Kamoshi will just leave it. Magnini will set it down the floor. 20 seconds left on the power play. Now a tie up behind the net between Southern and Reich. Southern gets away. Attempt to clear, went off a body, goes back to Modi. And he can't handle it. And this will be out of the zone, and that will do it for the power play with 3 seconds left.
Justin, go.
And the penalty is over. So the umpire unable to get to the net. That's back over to the center line. Magnini goes right over to Modi, who has room. Shot and he scores! Modi from a wide angle. And the Empire are still alive, down by 2. 19 for 14. Just a perfectly placed wrist shot toward the far post. And the Empire are going to call their timeout with 2:16 left. But they're going to need 2 more of those to keep this game going. It just shows how cool this game can be. They had control that first period, but since then it's been Big Hawks, who's put up 3 goals in the second period. They put in an additional goal here, or 2 goals actually, both of which from Eric Michaelich. The shots currently 34-15 in favor of the Big Hawks. The Empire have only had 4 shots on net since the second period. The first period they had 12. So whatever was said during the first intermission, the Hawks got the message. But as noted before, with a 2-goal deficit with this much time remaining, it is certainly possible, and it has been done before. And it's going to be back to Modi. They're going to need a quick one here, as that's back to Corrigan. Trying to keep it in is Giangreco, but Corrigan takes control. Centers up for Lons. He has 2 for the game. Shot and a save, rebound attempt, and Kamoshi. But they whistled this one down. They thought that Kamoshi had it. So it'll be a face-off. And we can expect them to pull Mark Kamoshi out of the net as soon as they can get to the offensive zone. As that clears out, the Big Hawks unable to play. They're still trying to tag up now over to Modi. But can they get that entry as he's being pestered by Brian Hooks? Stretch pass. We'll find it. And Kamoshi is heading to the bench. Extra attacker on. Back to Ryan Reich. Southern attempts the clear attempt. Gets blocked by Reich. Well, they need to get possession soon because all it's doing is wasting time. As that is blocked and kept in. Ryan Reich goes to Modi. Shot high of the net. Back to Reich again. To Murphy. She gets double teamed and blocked. We'll play it over to Lons on a 3-on-1. Can he put it in? Bullseye! So that will give Lons the hat trick on the empty netter and make it 6-3, and that should pretty much put it away. So a minute gone, the Hawks will be retaining first place for now, pending the Lock Monsters Whalers game. The Lock Monsters currently tied for the moment for the lead. That is, again, depending on their game coming up. As Ryan right there, not going to give up. They're going to keep their net empty, but I think it's going to be dead man walking, as that will be sent all the way down. Reich. Empire just pretty much drawing a dead hand here. Even with the extra attacker, just not enough time. Right, and they turn it over, and Viverito will put it in with 11 seconds. And that will make it 7-3, and that's just going to add another wound to the score, and they're just going to run the clock. So this game's pretty much over. The Big Hawks are going to win the game 7-3. But if this just shows how hard that momentum can swing in one direction, and it swung hard in favor of the Hawks. We'll get back to wrap this up. Well, this game can be very cruel sometimes. Empire had firm control of this game in the first period, but since then, all it really needed was an intermission, and the Big Hawks got their game plan right down to the wire. So this is really one where it's a learning experience. Sometimes this stuff is going to happen, but Chris Lons and Eric Michaelich, two big performers in this game, and this is looking like a strong candidate for Big Hawks and probably getting their title back, but there's still a long ways to go, especially with what we've seen in the division last season. So that's going to be it for us today. We'll be back next week for another game, but until then, this is Daniel Wilson. See you next time.